check that out. Oh my God, it's beautiful. The right ratio of custard to cake. Oh my God. Color of your caramel, up to you. I like it quite dark because I like that intense, if you've ever made a creme caramel. So I've got some sugar, and I'm just gonna heat it up until it's melted and turns into a nice amber color. Now the color of your caramel, up to you. Quickly, I'm gonna pour the caramel into my cake pan. Very heat it up right away. It'll start to coagulate the yolk or cook the yolk. Now I've got that. I'm going in with evaporated milk. Now in Thailand, we don't really cook with regular milk or fresh cream very much. Most of our milk products that we use are shelf stable, so condensed milk and evaporated milk. And evaporated milk is great in iced coffee or iced tea. It's just so rich and creamy. Love it. We drizzle it over ice cream and a little vanilla. Do you like my new little cup? It's so cute. And just stir that until all the sugar is dissolved. And that's as simple as it gets. So set this aside. Don't pour it over the caramel yet, because if you're not ready to bake right away, as it sits, the caramel will start dissolving into the custard. So you want to leave this until the very end. All right, last layer, the cake. So this cake is sort of a chiffon cake. It's light, it's leavened mostly by whipped egg white, but it's a little denser than the traditional chiffon because it has to be strong enough to hold a layer of custard on top. So let's get started with the dry ingredients. I've got some cake flour and baking powder. So it's not just egg white that's doing the leavening, also a little chemical leavener, and also some salt. When I started learning how to bake, I often forgot salt, and I could tell right away, first bite, I'm like, forgot the salt. You can't taste it really, but when you're missing it, it's so obvious, such a flat sweetness that's not very satisfying. Okay, you want to sift that, especially when you're using cake flour. Cake flour is so fine that it has a tendency to lump like that, more so than all-purpose. Next, we're going to mix up the wet ingredients. I'm going to pour through this tiny little sieve just to make sure, if there's lumps of something or other, it doesn't, it catches it. Beautiful. And now I'm going to pour the batter directly over this. And if you're thinking, what? Don't worry, because the batter is so light, it will float on top of the custard. It's all about density, right? So you want to just gently pour it in. And because of all that air done. Now, unfortunately, there is no real way of testing the doneness, because the last part that's going to be done is the custard in the center. So if you... Ta-da! Always so exciting. That's beautiful. So just clean off the face a little bit. Perfect. So now, what you want to do, so now the caramel is going to soak in the sides, and you get the caramel flavor becoming sort of like the crust of this cake. Now, this is the hardest part. You're going to let this cool and chill it. This is so much better when it's cold. So you're going to just, control yourself for the next few hours, put it in the fridge, and we'll come back and cut it up.